Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Monday means it's Modern Monday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and we have a crazy beatdown Stompy deck to look at today. This is Dragon Stompy. Comes to us from Sakamoto Hirowashi, who took it to a top 8 finish in a small Japanese tournament, so congrats to Sakamoto on a super cool deck. A quick reminder before we break down Dragon Stompy for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Dragon Stompy is all about one thing, and that is playing dragons as fast as possible, as many as possible. The key cards to this deck are Dragon Tempest, as strange as that sounds for a modern deck, and also Scourge of Valkas. So, Dragon Tempest, 2-mana enchantment, gives our flying creatures haste, which is all of our dragons, and then when a dragon enters the battlefield under our control, it deals damage where X is the number of dragons we control to a creature or player. So basically, the first dragon deals 1, the second one deals 2, because we already have a dragon out. So not only is this a way we can fireball our dragons in, or ball lightning our dragons in at our opponent's face for hasty damage, but we're getting indirect damage as well. And this direct damage stacks up with Scourge of Valkas. So Scourge of Valkas, basically the same trigger as on Dragon Tempest. When a dragon or Scourge of Valkas enters the battlefield, deals damage to creature to player where X is the number of dragons we control. So if we have both of them out, our first dragon will deal a total of 4 damage. 2 from Dragon Tempest because we have a dragon plus Scourge, 2 from Scourge of Valkas, so that's 4 damage. The next one is going to deal 3 plus 3, which is 6 damage, and the next one's going to deal 8 damage. So in theory, we can just directly burn our opponent out of the game if for some reason they have blockers that keep us from getting in damage with our hasty dragons. So what dragons are we playing to trigger Dragon Tempest, to trigger our Scourge? The oddest one of the bunch is Slumbering Dragon. So Slumbering Dragon is not very good as a dragon. It's a 1-mana 3/3. Whenever we get attacked, it gets a +1/+1 counter, but it can't attack or block until it has 5 counters on it. 5 counters. So basically in Modern, that means it's just never going to attack or block. The funny thing, though, is this is 1 mana, trigger our Scourge of Valkas, trigger our Dragon Tempest. If we have 2 or 3 dragons out, this can potentially just be like 1 mana, 8 to our opponent's face. Some ridiculous burn spell for just a single mana. So rather than just running this out there on turn 1, we're hoping to hold on to our Slumbering Dragon and use it as this ridiculous fireball to our opponent's face with direct damage from our enchantments and our Scourge. As far as dragons we actually want to attack with, Thunderbreak Regent protects our dragons by making our opponent take damage if they target them, while also being a pretty on-curve flyer. 4/4 flying dragon comes in with haste if we have down our Dragon's Tempest, dealing damage to our opponent's face with Scourge. And then we have at the top of our curve a couple of Glory Bringers for our removal dragon slot, and then Thundermaw Hellkite is just our best damage for hitting our opponent. Taps all flyers, does damage to them, smashes our opponent in the face for 5. So ideally, we're just going to get down to Dragon Tempest, start slamming these huge, hasty, big dragons, and then finish our opponent off with direct damage from our Dragon Tempest, from our Scourge of Valkas. Then we have a bunch of ways to just speed up the process. So Pyretic Ritual, Simian Spirit Guide, this gives us the kind of free win red aspect of the deck. We're able to just like play a Thundermaw Hellkite on turn 2, on turn 3, go into our Rampant Growth early, get down our Chalice of the Void on turn 1, a turn Quaker on 2 counters a little bit faster. So just lets us really explode out of the gate. We want to try to win the game quickly. And then Chandra can give us more mana production in the late game, but also gives us a repeatable card advantage engine. We're just plussing. We have big dragons to block if necessary, if we need to go on the ultimate plan, and dealing damage to our opponent while we're drawing more Thundermaws, drawing more huge dragons to just close out the game quickly. For straight up removal, we have Draconic Roar. Kills little creatures, and we should always have a dragon in hand, so hopefully doing 3 to our opponent's face as well, a little bit more direct damage to help us close out the game. And then we have our lock pieces. So the other key piece of this, just like in Legacy Dragon Stompy or any of the other formats, are Chalice of the Void, primarily to lock out 1 mana plays, although it's a little weird with our Slumbering Dragon, but that's the main purpose. Play it maybe on turn 2, on 1, locks out some decks. We can play it with 2 counters if we have to, depending on the matchup. And then Blood Moon, just to mess with our opponent's mana, buy some time while we're slamming them with these huge hasty dragons. As far as the mana base, Cavern of Souls makes our dragons uncounterable, make sure we're not getting cryptic or remanded, which would be really painful with 4 and 5 mana dragons. Haven of the Spirit Dragon lets us get our dragons back from the graveyard cheaply, efficiently, so if our opponent kills them, we get them back, trigger our Dragon Tempest again, trigger our Scourge again, and then a bunch of mountains. In the sideboard, we got some more dragons. Storm Breath Dragon, I think primarily for white matchups where the protection from white is really good. And then if we need a bit more removal in dragon form, we can bring in our Glory Bringer. Could be better than Thunderbreak Regent if our opponent's playing ground creatures we really need to kill rather than flyers. Anger of the Gods is a sweeper. Abrade does double duty, artifacts or creatures. Byforce to deal with artifacts in specific. Relic and Tormod Script to deal with graveyards. Dragon's Claw for life gain against aggro burn decks. We have a lot of red spells to trigger it as well. And that is Dragon Stompy for Modern. And that's our instant deck tech for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.